signs of aging. Try a sign.
Hello. Hello, am I live yet? Hello. Is it working? I think so. Cool. Well, if anyone's out there, it's conversion time. So I've got this old Shaku Mini. Well, it's not old actually. It's it's pretty much brand new. It's a spare model. I already have Shaku. I'm not sure how I ended up with this one. But anyway, I figured I'd try and make a cheeky conversion for an upcoming Battle Companies tournament that's happening next weekend. And yeah, I had these great ideas initially of starting a new battle company, something different from what I did last year. Oh, hello. Oh, you can hear me, I think. Is that what you said? Yay, that's good. Almost back to school time. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, yeah, this is my last day of my term break, so I'm just trying to make the most of it. Yeah, I've just finished having an epic 2-week holiday down in the South Island. So drove all the way back from Kaikoura, which was like 8 hours driving plus a 3-hour ferry crossing. So I did that just the other day. And then yesterday, I kind of just blobbed out. I assembled some Leviathan bits and didn't do anything really for MES. Oh, wait, no, I tell a lie. I did, in the hope that maybe with this tournament, with the hope that maybe I'll roll lucky and get a Morgul Knight. And I did some magnetizing because that's always fun and satisfying. Boom. Alright, so if I can get a Morgul Knight, and then I can equip him with a lance. I do love magnetizing stuff. It's so satisfying. So yeah, I did make that yesterday. But other than that, I've got my old Jailers of Lugburs battle company, which I made last time. I did a video about it. If I can move this camera around. Yeah, so I've still got them all ready to go. I don't even use that, but it's nice to have a banner with the chains. So this is something that I wanted to add a couple of things. Instead of starting a brand new one, I figured what I could do is maybe add some different, add something new. Yeah, I mean last time I didn't have any of the Black Numenorians. So I made, what did I do? Oh. Yeah, I painted some Easterlings, kind of black and metallic for that kind of look. But I've actually managed to procure some second-hand Black Numenorians. So whether I add some chains, actually the two are the same. Yeah, I've got a couple more here. Here we go. Yeah, maybe I can add some chains to these dudes, perhaps. Yeah. But as I said, I've been on a 2-week holiday, and this tournament has kind of crept up on me. And it's next weekend, and I'm starting back at work tomorrow, and it's going to be busy. It's going to be busy as fuck. Whoops. apologies. Yeah, it's going to be crazy busy because you should try. Thank you, Kemi. Try making some manacles on live stream. Yeah, that went really well last time, and that wasn't on stream. So yeah, you'll be watching me make plenty of mistakes, no doubt. First things first, how the heck do I cut this big chunky metal model? I do teach, man. I have a how-to YouTube channel. No, I do actually teach for a profession as well. That's my job. That's what actually pays the pingers, which is money. New Zealand term there. Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm behind. I've got a week to get a couple of things ready if I'm going to add some stuff. And yeah, I've got like a new staff member and stuff, so it's going to be a busy week. Oh, and I've got parent interviews as well, after school parent teacher interviews. So that's always fun. So yeah, I won't have a lot of time this week, so I figured I'd try really quickly to try and smash together some some extra conversions and see how we go. What do I teach? Well, we did this last time. I had a little poll going. And yeah, so some of the people here will know what subject I teach, but it's always interesting getting people to guess. What do you think I teach? What are some... shall we put in a poll? How do I do that? So look. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. There we go. Alright, what are some subjects that I should throw in here? Now, Kemi, you already know what I teach, and Wade, pretty sure you guys have been through this before. So what are some other subjects? What do you reckon I should put in here? Let's go. Well, I can't give it away too much. Yeah. Alright, chemistry. Nice. Oh, what else? Alright, here we go then. Ask a community. There we go. Poll is up. Let's see. What do you reckon? Oh, true. Oh, there we go. Another teacher. Good on you, Mark. It's a noble profession. I teach secondary school, so that's 13 to 18-year-olds. So the older kids. Yes, you abstain, Cami and Wade. You guys both know already. It's always a bit tricky with metal. Try and get those nice clean cuts. Oh, so I suppose I should explain what I'm trying to do here. So I want to take Shaku off the wag. And then, so the idea that I have here is, so I've got this Mordor Urukai who I gave a magnetized shield. Oh shit, I just dropped it on the floor. Have I just broken it? I have. Look, the magnet just came away. Bloody hell. I should probably just super glue it on, to be honest. Kind of. Alright. I'll sort that out later. So I have him, and then I made a little conversion, which I have now lost. Where's it gone? God, this is top quality streaming here. I literally just had him. I'm sure I just had it in my hand. Where's it gone? Oh, here he is. No, I didn't have him in my hand. There we go. Okay, so this was my little attempt at a blackguard of Barad-dûr conversion. It's basically an Uruk-hai warrior with a Mordor shield and a chain, and yeah. So because I don't have any of those guys, it's really annoying. I mean, you can never, I never seem to be able to find them. So anyway, I had this great idea that if I am lucky enough, now in the last tournament I was lucky enough to get 2 Blackguard of Barad-dûr. No, did I get 2? No, sorry. Yes, I did. I got 2, and one of them actually got promoted to become a hero, which was awesome. And I'm really hoping I could do that again, because what I want to do is I want to stick him on a wag. Even if I get just a Mordor Uruk-hai, to stick him on a wag, if it becomes a hero, that would be awesome. So yeah, all right, back to the chat. What do we got? Teaching the kids some lessons in MESBG, of course. Yep, that's it. Yep, secondary trained, did it for 12 years before switching to the younglings. Nice, Mark. Whereabouts in the world are you from, Mark? Tim Hughes, I'd love to stay and hang out longer, but just had on my break at work. Okay, cool. Thanks, mate. Thanks for popping in. Alright, let's have a look. Where's this poll at? How do I look at the poll there? That's how I look at it. Okay, it's dead even. Probably, what is it? Yeah, dead even between English, history, and art. Nice. Okay. Cool. Oh, wait. History has just taken the lead. So if you just joined, it's been established that yes, I am a secondary school teacher. And the question is, what subject in the UK? Nice. Oh, well, greetings to the UK. What's the time over there at the moment? Let's try and cut this dude off. Come on, Shaku. Get out of there. Almost. Yeah, okay, so again, I'll explain. So if I'm going to have a Mordor Uruk-hai or a Blackguard of Barad-dûr on a wag, so the idea is I want to make a cut here, so he's still got the arm gripping the fur, and then make as clean a cut as I can across the waist there, pop him off, and then I've got a couple of options here. I've got this guy. He's already leaning forward, which kind of looks, like it's the right kind of pose. It's the right arm as well. Well, it's the left arm. Okay, so then I can cut him at the waist, and then with a little bit of green stuff, jiggery pokery, hopefully blend him in, and then give him a shield to probably help to hide any dodgy bits. But ideally, and I'll swap out his hand and his weapon so it's a bit more Mordor-ish rather than the old classic Isengard look. I don't know whether I could be bothered doing anything with his face. Maybe I'll just paint like a red eye or something on there. I don't know. Time is running out. Either that, or I could swap, like, I quite like this guy. Maybe I might do something a bit more. So like cut this arm off so that it can be reaching forward, but I do like the heroic weapon arm forward pose, plus the unhelmeted look. And then I'd paint him like a blue-grey skin tone, so it kind of fits in with the look of this dude. Oh, was it that guy? Yeah, it was that guy. Yeah, cool. Alright, so what are we going? 10 p.m. It's late. Yeah, sorry guys, I would have gone... Well, getting up earlier this morning would have been a bit of a struggle. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning here, and so of course I had to get things set up. I had to tidy things. I had to move my desert board out of the way, which is heavy as fuck. If you'd... Again, I'm using naughty words. Apologies. Hope no students are watching. Yeah, so I had to move that, and then and all that kind of stuff. So getting up a bit early is always a bit of a mission. And the other option would be to do it late tonight, but said it's the last day of my holidays, and I'm back to work tomorrow. I figured that's probably not a good idea. Okay, so what do we got here? Any reason you're cutting with a knife rather than using a cutter? Probably because I'm an idiot. I don't know. Do you mean in terms of like when you say cutter? What do you mean? I do have a razor saw here. It's just a bit big and unwieldy. Whereas I like taking my time and trying to really get. Yeah, I don't know. Just have a bit more control, I guess. Okay, what we got? No worries with the time, just glad for the company while I convert to Warriors of Minas Tirith to Citadel Guard. Oh, nice. So you're going to do some green stuff, capes and stuff? Sculpt some capes? That's something I'd really like to do, is convert up some Osgiliath veterans. I reckon... Yeah, they've got a bit of a shitty profile, but they are cool models. Alright, history has taken the lead. Nice! With 15 votes all up. Cool. Alright, shall we end? Time for a Dremel. I do have a Dremel, actually. Yeah, that'd be nice. Right. So let's end the poll. So I'll put you out of your misery. Boom. Music. Which, funnily enough, is the lowest one here. Yeah, I teach music. All my students, or whenever I mention the fact that I have a YouTube channel to anyone, they're like, oh yeah, for music. Nope. No, it's quite nice to do something completely different, you know, than what my job's all about. What's everyone else doing out there? But for Mark and his super glue gummed fingers with Citadel Guard conversions. Come on, bastard. It's this big hunk of fur that's on his back. That's really annoying. If he didn't have that, this would be easy, because it's just quite hard to get into there. What am I going to do? Right, let's try and make a bit of a cut here. So yeah, South Island was absolutely stunning. I went to some a bunch of different locations, different Lord of the Rings filming locations. Met up with Lockie and stole back a couple of my orcs. Just my orc commando kill team. So I've got them safely back in my possession. But yeah, checked out. So I spent a week in Queenstown, which is an absolutely stunning part of the world. I mean, it's crazy. everywhere you look, you're just surrounded by natural beauty, mountains and the lakes and forests. It's just, yeah, it's out of this world. It's very cool. So while I was there, I went up Deer Park Heights, which was one of the, yeah, it was where it was a filming location for the Wag attacks. Oh, hello, Sebastian Haig. Fancy seeing you here. Now go and do some dishes. Jokes. I'm joking. Painting up some Necrons. Nice. Is that for Kill Team? Must be Kill Team. But yeah, so I found the exact spot. So there's the spot where Hama gets slaughtered by the Wag scout. So I got some great shots of that. I'm quite keen. So yeah, I had a few different ideas just looking at it, of some terrain building projects that I might launch into once I've got a bit more time on my hands. Come on. And there's the little lake, well, pond, with the reflection of the mountains and everything. That's where the refugee camp was. As the people of Rohan fled to Helm's Deep. Yeah, so that place was pretty crazy. It's amazing views and some pretty cute animals. The kids loved feeding the little baby goats, and there were some crazy donkeys as well. So that was pretty fun. Oh, good one. I just snapped off his leg. I didn't want to do that. Whoops. Oh, and his other leg. Okay. Oh, it's alright. Those probably need to be pinned on, to be honest. Okay, it's almost there. We've almost got it. Let's try and get this arm off a bit better. For a big 10th edition game. Gonna play actual 40k. That's crazy talk. I've just about assembled all my Leviathan box. I've assembled all the NIDs. Just have the a couple of Space Marines to go. One more Tourney and the last unit of the, what are they, the Infernus, or I don't know, the flamethrower dudes. And yeah, and then they'll go into the cabinet, never to be seen again, most likely. I would like to paint them. Whether I actually end up playing a game or not is another thing altogether. The blade is going to snap, and then you're going to watch me bleed out on stream. Well, I sincerely hope not. Time for a shameless Patreon plug. Yeah, welcome. Thank you to my wonderful patrons. I do have a Patreon account. So please, yeah, if you feel sorry for me working, trying to do YouTube as well as a full-time job and a family, then consider joining my Patreon. And then maybe, just maybe, I might be able to retire from teaching and just YouTube full-time. That would be amazing. Just do this stuff all day, every day. Or at least maybe step back a bit, change my hours a bit. I don't know. Or maybe even get an actual camera capable of doing live streaming, so I'm not fluffing around with this Mickey Mouse setup that I've got at the moment. Or another option is I might be able to get a heater in my garage, because it's quite cold out in my little garage studio. But anyway, yeah, it'd be cool. If anyone's interested, yeah, usually, yeah, I'll be popping on lots of work in progress, which I have done. It's been a bit slow the last 2 weeks. It's been all scenery photos. But I've got some big plans, lots of things that I want to do. I'll be getting into shortly. Come on. It's almost there. It's really, really close. It's just a little bit awkward at that point. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, what's another location I went to? I went to Mount Sunday, and again, that place is mental. It is absolutely stunning. Such a beautiful spot. So Mount Sunday being the film location for Icarus. But yeah, it's so isolated. It's just really quiet, mountainous, awesome looking landscape, awesome terrain. It does make me want to build an Icarus board actually. That place was very cool. Come on. So my South Gondor board will be coming with me to Hamilton this coming weekend for this tournament. So it'll get its debut battles. So that's pretty exciting. Hopefully I can avoid breaking it in transit. Okay, it's almost there. It's so close. I can feel it. Maybe I'll just didn't want to cut from the other side. Just wanted to keep the line of the waist without having to make too many adjustments. I may have. It's almost there. Actually, I think I can just see. Yeah, you're probably all watching this and cringing and going, "What are you doing?" But that's all right. Good evening, Jakey. How are you, mate? I say good evening, but of course it's morning here. On the other side of the planet. I see. Nice. Please don't cut your... Yeah, I'll try not to. I know. Everyone's worrying. Should I put on some safety gloves? I did get hassled about that in one of my videos, which was fair enough. When I was making the ruined tower out of plaster, and I was like going crack, crack, crack like that. I did actually learn my lesson because I did actually slice into my finger. I didn't show that on screen. You know, everything is like works perfectly on screen, but every now and then slice myself. But yeah, so I have taken to wearing thick gloves whenever I do that kind of stuff now, but just not at the moment. I think I'm all right. Hopefully, come on. That's so close. Yep. All right. Let's just get the blade in there. Just do a little bit of wiggle. Pretty close. So yeah, I had bandied up. If you've just joined in, what's happening here is I've got a Battle Companies tournament happening next weekend. and I'm just doing some last minute conversions. I have this wonderful dream that might not even come to pass, but I've got this wonderful dream to have an Uruk warrior, either a Mortal Uruk or a Blackguard Barad-dûr, mounted on a Warg, which isn't game legal generally, but in battle companies it can happen. If I manage to roll a 6, so on the reinforcement table, if I'm lucky enough to get either a Urukai or a Blackguard, and then get enough experience for that dude to then become promoted as a hero, I could mount him on a Warg, which would be epic. Can you imagine? Oh, yeah, I have broken the blade. That's why it's not cutting anymore. Whoops. Alright, let's just fix that up. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, where are we at? Yeah, can you imagine that? A mounted Uruk warrior on a Warg? Pretty badass if you ask me. I'm pretty excited about that prospect. But, you know, there's a very high likelihood that it won't actually happen. And then I'll have an Urukai on an expensive Warg mount that I can't use in the game. But I figure I can always swap him out or pretend that he's a orc captain on a Warg. I reckon that would be pretty cool. Alright, so what do we got? It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm being careful. I'm just taking it slowly. Just slowly trying to cut at Shaku and get him off there. It's almost done. And thanks for joining, Mark, by the way. What else we got here? What happened to the tournament in Hamilton Day 2 video? Well, that's a good question. And I've been asked that a number of times. What happened to it? Well, okay. Day 2 had me, of course, this is, throwback to months ago, where I went to Over the Top tournament in Hamilton. I ran Isengard, well, Assault and Helm's Deep. I know, I'm that guy. And I did really well. It's like it's the best result that I have ever done, ever managed to achieve at a tournament. And I did day 1, but never released day 2. Now, with day 2, there were 2 games. They were big ones. And where am I going with this? Yeah, and both the games were pretty much mirror matches. The first game was against Ugluk's Scouts. And then the second game was against another Assault and Helm's Deep Legendary Legion. And they're both grind matches, and I just decided that it wasn't actually going to make that interesting viewing. And the thought of pouring hours of editing time into something that I didn't think would actually be that fun to watch just turned me off, really. And I got distracted by like a million other things. The Zorp collaboration, and then the South Gondor board. So it just kind of fell by the wayside. I still have another tournament that I've got all the footage for, that I went down to Wanganui, and this was way back in April. So I do want to do that one, because that one was really fun. There's some really interesting matchups. it was a doubles tournament, and I went with my mate Dylan, and we ran. Basically, the premise was, well, what if the Eagles took Frodo to Mordor? So we had 3 Eagles, including Gwaihir, and Fellowship, which was, we had Frodo, Sam, Bill the Pony, Boromir, and Legolas. And yeah, we had some great matchups. We had a game against some hobbits. It was hobbits and Rangers of the North Alliance. We were against an Assault and Helm's Deep Legendary Legion and against the Bjornings. It was pretty cool. Hello, welcome. Let's have a look. It's looking pretty. What happened to? Do you guys think we'll ever get new sculpted standard units? No, I don't think so. I mean, that'd be fun, but I don't think so. Unfortunately, so we'll just have to convert stuff, won't we, on 3D printing? Yeah. Okay. So what are we talking about? We've got yeah, so what I'm doing, this craziness as I'm blabbing on, is I've got a Shaku Mini here. I've already got Shaku painted up. I just ended up with this guy as an extra, and so the idea is I've got a Urukai Scout who I am going to plonk on there because I have a dream. I had a dream that I could have an Uruk warrior mounted on a Warg. Now, if you're going, but that's not legal, that is not an approved option, you can't take that. Well, this is for battle companies, and in battle companies, there is a chance. There is a chance. It's a fairly slim chance, but it is there. So, yeah, that's the hope. That's the dream. We shall see. God, why couldn't you just bloody cut? It's so close. I could probably bend and snap it. I just don't want to. Well, I don't know. I don't want to fluff around with doing anything too tricky with green stuff, because I just don't have the time, you know? So I've got to... He says as he spends an hour cutting a mini. Right. Just about there. Just about there. It's just a little bit... I wonder if I can get my clippers in there. Oh, well, thank you very much, Josh. Thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely... I'll be filming this Battle Companies one for sure. Yeah, I am quite excited about it because I really like the Battle Companies format. It's fun, quick. I love the whole narrative aspect. Speaking of which, if you are familiar with the last time I did this, I had a video where I did all of these other conversions, which are over here, like this guy with his Minas Tirith shield. That was one of my cooler ones. Oh yeah, my good old captain. And the whole chains thing, and he still has manacles. They are there, you probably can't, and they are still magnetized. Boom, there we go. Manacles. Oh, manacles. They are manacles. It's really kind of hard to see them. There we go, kind of. Alright, and they just snap on there if he happens to get upgraded with manacles, which I will do just because it's fun. Anyway, where was I going with that? Yeah, it was, so last year, the Battle Companies tournament was the very first tournament of any game system that I've gone to. So yeah, fond memories. That's how it all kind of started, and I figured and met this amazing community of Kiwis into MESBG, into Lord of the Rings, and into tabletop gaming in general, which was really cool. And I've made some great, new mates, new friends along the way. So, yeah, very cool, very special. So, it's almost there. Look, so close. I reckon it's this stupid hunk of fur on his back. It's so annoying. Alright, what else have we got here? There's going to be a collective cheer when this comes up. Yeah. Will you be going to Hamilton GT? I am considering it. I haven't committed yet. Look, I would love to. There's a couple of things that, I don't know, that might put me off. And one of them is the size. 1,000 points by yourself. Like, it's okay in doubles because you got the whole Banty and stuff, but the singles, there's massive games, I don't know. It's a bit daunting, really. Maybe. The other thing is unless I can really get my ass into gear and paint up 1,000 points of a force. I mean, I do have the Riders of Aemir. So I guess I could paint up some Royal Guard and Theoden and maybe go Riders of Theoden instead, because I've got the bulk of an army ready to go. So it'd either be them or Isengard. I'm thinking, possibly Isengard. I wouldn't do Assault and Helm's Deep. For one thing, the rules have stipulated that you have to have, I don't know, there's some rule where you have to have maximum 2 heroes that collectively combine to make 350 points or something like that. But yeah. Holy moly, 84 people. Whoo-wee. That's a lot of people at a tournament. I think the biggest one I've been to was the league final last year, and there were 40 something. So 84, that is incredible. I can't commit to anything because, well, it's funny because it does actually line up with the school holidays. So that would work out. But yeah, I've got family responsibilities and stuff. Whether I can get over to Aussie, I don't know. Right, you're gonna come off. I can feel it. Look, it's so close. It's so close. It's a stupid hunk of fur. Come on. Oh. Starting to give. Oh. Watch this. I'll injure myself on the mini. I've been spending all this time with the craft knife. Everyone's been worried about me cutting myself with the craft knife, but I'll end up injuring myself on this stupid hunk of fur. Come on. Oh, it's so close. Alright, let's just try a little cut there. Hey, there we go. Oh, finally. Oh. Yeah, what a mission. That was a solid hunk of metal. Okay, so question is, do I use this guy and do a bit of interesting, I don't know, maybe some green stuff, something to change his armor around, or do I use this guy, which would be a lot easier because he's already kind of in the right position? What do you reckon? This dude or this dude? Go on the left, go on the right. Left is the easy option. Guy on the right is the cooler but trickier option. Oh. That is the question. I'm just going to take a little breather, rub my sweaty head, have a drink of water, because I've run out of coffee. Yeah, okay, let's check out. Blah, blah, blah. What have we got here? Hey, welcome, Lawforge. Nice to see another patron member. Did you decide if you'd come across... Oh, yeah, we went through that. Massive turnout for Australia. Sure is. Joshua Williams, biggest 2 models need to be 350 plus points. Don't think Rohan works. Yeah, Riders... If I went Riders of Aemir, it would work because of Gandalf. Yeah. Oh, yep, there you go. Michael already covered that. Onto it. What else we got here? Mark Harding, your quest is on a knife edge. Yes it was. Just joined. What are you converting into? Left. Oh gosh, which one? Yeah, okay. Oh no, we've got some rights. Left's body, right's head. Right, just swap the heads. Hey, that's good. That's a good idea. Yeah, why don't I do that? Why don't I? Because maybe because of then I'll need to do some tricky stuff, maybe with green stuff, maybe. Okay, yep, no, I'll have a little bit of a play around. I think I've got a couple of spares in case I mess things up too badly. Hello, Oliver. How are you, mate? Thank you for joining. Whichever is the quickest to cut in half. Yeah, well, that's why I was thinking this guy. I think he'd be the easiest to do. The right head is basically the same as Shaku. You reckon? I don't know. It's a little different. Where is he? Shaku's got that weird metal bit across there, and he's got kind of a bit more of a snarly kind of face. Let's have a look. I've got some painted versions of them. Where are my Urukai Scouts? Okay. Yeah, here we go. So there's Shaku, and there's that dude. Anyway, I do have some other heads. Maybe I could play around with too. What am I converting? Somebody asked me that. Was that Jamie? Yeah. Okay. So the idea was I wanted to mount a Mordor Urukai on a Wag for battle companies, which would be pretty cool. Just meant Orcish without the helmet. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I'm pedantic. What else have we got? Why go to all that effort for something that's the same? Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah. Because Shaku is unhelmeted and stuff. Yeah, no, fair enough. This is for Isengard Battle Company. If so, super handy as I'm in the process of trying to convert Urukai warriors onto Wags. Cool. No, it's not actually for Isengard Battle Company. It's for a Mordor Battle Company. I am just really hoping that I roll well on the reinforcement table and either get a Blackguard of Barad-dûr. That was my little conversion of a Blackguard of Barad-dûr because I don't have the minis that I did for last time, or just a standard Mordor Urukai. And then if I can then extra lucky and get lots of experience and then roll well on the experience table and manage to convert him into a hero, then I could whack him on a Wag, and that would be a super badass combo. Whether it actually happens, I don't know. But again, I guess if I did then run a Isengard battle company, I've got that option as well, which is quite cool. And even though, so you can't use it legally in the game because you can't mount Uruks, any of them. But I figured it could double as an orc captain on a wag. That'd be alright. Okay, so I've cut the difficult metal mini off, and so now this should be a lot easier, he says. Hopefully. Right, that should be a lot easier. Alright, let's get you off there, buddy. Buddy old pal. Let's just line it up properly. Oh, I've broken the blade again. Let's just snap that off a bit. What's everyone else up to? We've got a few people from different parts of the world. We've got some from Australia. Anyone? Oh, Josh, you're from New Zealand. Any other Kiwis on here? We've got some from the UK. Any other crazy part? Oh, Mark, you're in Spain, aren't you, mate? Where else in the world are we all at? Surprisingly difficult. I could just use my clippers, of course. Why don't I just do that? I'll just use my clippers and then I'll tidy it up. Look at that, so much easier. Oh yeah, of course. Michael, you're in the US. Nice. From the Netherlands. Germany. Does a former Kiwi count? Yeah, sure. So you say former Kiwi, where are you at now? Oh, g'day Jakey from Quite Cool. Nice to see another patron out there. Cheers for joining, mate. Okay, so his sword arm is slightly connected to the cape here, so I was going to swap the weapon anyway, so I'll just make the cut on his wrist, actually. There we go. Oh, that was a bit sad. Save that for something else I might be able to do later on. Okay, let's see. States. Okay, cool. Oh, now. Alright, let's... So I guess the question now, they don't quite line up, the arms. The question now is, I guess... I went to all this effort to keep that arm on there. Do I leave that arm and do some, I don't know, green stuff, jiggery pokery to connect it, or will that even? See, he's kind of holding the fur anyway, isn't he? What do you reckon? Take the metal arm off or take the plastic arm off? He's kind of got quite a cool pose reaching forward like that. I think I already have my answer. Because that wouldn't be too hard. I'd just throw some green stuff in there and make it look like fur. That'd be easy. Probably easier than resculpting the arm. Can you see that? There you go. keep the wag arm. Oh, that's the harder version, Wade. Mark, you're taking the metal arm off. Kind of hard to visualize. I'm just saying in terms of the body angle and stuff, and the size of him, because he's bigger, isn't he? Is he bigger? He should be bigger. He's an urukai. Yeah, he is. Yeah, so he's bigger than Shaku by a bit. Which means his arm is a bit higher. His shoulder's a bit higher. It would look pretty cool. Okay. Alright. Oh, see you, Tom. Where can I see the result of this? Over on Patreon. No. I'm joking. Well, no doubt I'll be posting it on my Facebook group. Yeah. And probably on my Instagram. So yeah, you want to check that out. Take the metal one off, gets my vote. Take the metal arm off. Wag arm looks good. Keep the wag arm. Okay, it's fairly even actually. Take the metal one off, says Michael. Okay. Alright. Yeah. I wonder now, Wade and who else? Wade and Peter and are you guys just saying that because you don't want to see me spend another hour trying to get a metal arm off? Do a poll, yeah. Alright, cool. Do you 3D print, Adam? I found some ace sculpts for Wag Riders. Not yet. I did fork out for a 3D printer. It's still in its box. I haven't got around to opening it up and giving it a go yet. But it's definitely something that I want to get into. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. I could probably make it work, eh? Just a blob of green stuff. Will it look weird, though? I just feel like the proportions would be weird. And I'm really pedantic about such things. You know, most people would look at it and wouldn't even notice, but I would notice. I just feel like the arm, you know, like you'd end up with this stupidly elongated bicep or something. Like it wouldn't quite work. I mean, maybe, or is this torso too big? Maybe I just need to trim that down a bit. How do I make this decision? I could just give him like a little bit of a cape as well, like a bit of a fur cape to hide things. That arm has to come off. Oh, howdy, James. How are you, mate? This is James from New Zealand, the creator of the amazing MESBG tracker app, I'm assuming, the James B. Take off the metal arm, the upper arm would be too long. Yeah, that's what I figured. Why not have a 3-armed Uruk? Yeah, or maybe there's like he slew the original Wag Rider, and that Wag Rider's arm is still in death. It's still clinging to the fur. Maybe we could do that. No, that'd be a bit silly. Okay, let's start trying to get this arm off then. Okay. Oh. It's one of those tricky ones. I'll use some clippers. I reckon I'll use some clips to get it off. this time. I don't want to wreck my nice clippers on the metal though, because it's a bit chunky and I'll probably end up bending the blades. Hang on. Whoops, what have I done? Oh, nice, you're getting doubles. Yeah, cool. What are you going to be taking? And yeah, don't even get me started about backlogs. I still have videos to edit from April. So I'm well behind. All right, let's see if we can get you off. That was a lot easier. Look at that. Didn't even take an hour this time. Okay, and I'll just trim it back a bit. And then use some green stuff to hide that. Cool. Alright, so now he can just pop on there. So he's just going to give the wag a little tickle behind the ear. Now I'll position him like that so he's grabbing the mane. A little blob of green stuff. And that'll look pretty cool, I reckon. Okay, sweet. Now what weapon do you think I should give him? Could be a trophy carries, then green stuff, a strap, and you're done. Yeah. I mean, it's got... I mean, this is what I like about the way. This is why I use this one, the metal one, instead of the plastics. Because it's got all the reins and everything. Which is cool. Plus, it's got that heft, you know, make him feel like a badass. Oh, g'day. How are ya, fellas? Ace or mace? Oh, sorry, X. X. Learn how to read, Mr. Haig. Yeah, that sounds cool, actually. Actually, can you two-hand weapon off a wag? Imagine that. An urukai with a two-handed mace on a wag charging. That would be cool. Let's do it. Alright, I do have got a pack of these dudes. So maybe could I... Yeah, he's holding onto it with both hands though. That's the trouble. It's probably an easier option, actually. Let's have a look what I've got. Owls do it all the time. Yeah, of course. Mouth of Sauron can, so why not? Does the Mouth of Sauron have a two-handed sword? I didn't know that. Alright, let's have a look. What have we got? Actually, with an axe, you've got piercing strike, haven't you? Maybe I could do that. And we've got a spare axe in here somewhere. Classic axe wielding dude. Ooh, and he could be holding on kind of halfway up the haft, which should look quite cool. Maybe I could do that. Pick. Okay. Let's have a little play around. I might actually have some in my bits box. And the process of finishing my shaku, and the straps were a nice detail. Now whether I green stuff straps on my 24 plastic wag riders is left to be seen. Do it! Do it! Nah, don't do it. That'd be that'd be bonkers. Right. Right, I've got some chains as well. You know, got to add some chains so that he fits in with my whole Jailers of Lugburs force. Right, what was I looking for? I was looking for an axe. Okay. Right, I've got the axe. Let's just chop them off and just see what it looks like. That's my clippers. Cool. Alright, let's just have a little bit of a play around. See how he looks. So we'll be grabbing that. Let's just ignore the random hand holding on at the bottom. So we're there, holding on to the mane. Yeah, that look pretty cool. That would look pretty cool, I reckon. That's what I'm going to do. Sweet. Now let's just tidy that up, get that other hand off. Alright, have you played a game with your Wag army yet there, Jake? Because were you doing the Wolves of Isengard? Legendary Legion? Is that what that one was all about? Thanks, guys. Hopefully it will once I've finished it and painted it. Yeah, I think I'll be happy. I've got some other things I need to do. Like I showed, if you've joined a bit later, I've got I did get some Morgul Knights, and I've magnetized some weapon options. So if I happen to get lucky and roll for either a black Numenorian, who I can then equip with a horse, or whether I get a Morgul Knight on the reinforcement roll, I've got that option, and I can give them a lance if I can, which would be cool. Yeah, so I need to paint those guys up. What else did I have? Ideas. Yeah, and really just this guy. I think if I can get him done, I've got all the other options. The only thing I don't actually have for this battle company, should I roll, is the Morgul Stalkers, I think. Pretty sure that's an option for Mordor. No games yet. It's all very much in the process. Nice. Okay, let's have a look. Or if someone wants to help me out here, does anyone know just off the top of their head? Oh, I'm almost there anyway. Here we go. Mordor. Morgul Stalker. Yep. Okay. So that is an option there. Black Numenorian. So you don't actually... Right. So you don't get a Morgul. Oh, wait, yes. You can upgrade to a Morgul Knight. They can advance to a Morgul Knight. Cool. Alright. Yep. Great. Alright. So let's fix this guy up. Let's finish this guy, and then I can paint him and be done with it. Why am I using that one? I've got a better blade than that. Where'd it go? Sure, I brought it out. Oh, there it is. Okay. So what we got? Where do you get small magnets for weapons? I got them on Trade Me. Yeah. So where are they? Oh. There's a bunch of heads stuck in there as well from my Ashes of Faith kill team, which I've assembled. Oh, and that's the servitor dude, the gun servitor. Let's get you out of there. Get all these heads. Yeah, all over the place. Hang on, let's get rid of that. Still got to do some converting with adding throwing spears to their backs. Was thinking of doing a live stream to get productivity plus 1 stream bonus. Nice. Nice. Yeah, well, that's pretty much what I'm doing here. Shout out to Cammy, one of my wonderful patrons whose idea this was. Yeah, he asked me if I was going to do a part 2 video of converting for battle companies video, because of course I did one last year in the lead up to the same event, and I did, yeah, what do I call it, making the ultimate Mordor battle company, I think I called it. But yeah, I've got so much going on at the moment. I just didn't think I could warrant making its own video. So I figured, yeah, so Cammy had the great idea of doing a live stream. And so thank you everyone for joining. Thanks for coming and watching. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you've just joined, I am converting up a Warg riding Urukai. There he is. It took me about 100 years just to cut Shaku off, but I got there in the end. So I've got this Uruk Scout, who's going to be perched on like that, and he's going to be carrying this big badass two-handed axe. I reckon that will be super cool. And really hoping that this coming weekend at the Battle Companies tournament, I can actually use them. That would be epic. Okay, back to Josh's question. So here's, look at these funky magnets. So there's different sizes there. But yeah, just I got them on Trade Me. I think eBay and stuff, you'd be able to get them as well. But yeah, they're called neodyne, I think, something like that. Magnets, I think. So these smaller ones are like 3mm, and they're great for the weapon swaps. So last night when I was making these Morgul Knights, I did also did all the options as well, which is pretty satisfying. So I can swap out and throw in a standard bearer if I want, or there's the horn, the little trumpet. Yeah, so magnetizing stuff like that, it's so satisfying. Speaking of the kill team that I was just throwing around before, the plan with that. I had this idea with where's he gone? The gun servitor. There's like 3 different weapon options for the gun servitor or weapon servitor or whatever it's called. So I was going to magnetize the 3 different options. There's like a plasma cannon, a heavy bolter, and a melter, I think. I think there was something tricky about it though. I can't remember. Ah, that's right. So yeah, you can see I've already drilled a hole and they're ready to go. I drilled a hole on that side. Look at that, it was already. But yeah, so if I can magnetize them, the trouble is it has a hollow body, the end of the gun there. So I might have to mash some green stuff in there just to give it a base. And then yeah, so they'll be able to snap on to change weapons, should I want to, which is always fun. Alright, anyway, I got well off track there. Oh, that original orc! Hey, there he is. Hey, yeah, shout out that original orc. He does amazing conversions. I love your work, mate. Yeah, it's very cool. I love the idea of having every single orc in a force being unique. So, yeah, man after my own heart. But you have got some skills with the green stuff, my man, so I love it. So what have you got? Love the Morgul Knights. Thank you, man. Yep. Yeah, they're pretty cool, eh? It's a cool model. I do like the look of them. They're pretty cool looking. They shouldn't be too hard to paint up either. Just spray black and then a bit of dry brushing, metallics and whatnot. So I'll be able to smash those out fairly quick. All right, so here we go. We've got the conversion master on here. Let's what do you reckon? This is the plan. So I've got, this is Shaku's wag. I managed to chop Shaku off there. I've got an Isengard Uruk who's gonna hold on like that, and he's got a 2-handed axe that he's just gonna be grabbing halfway up the haft there. So he's going to be rocking on like that, which is pretty cool, I reckon. Question is whether I do anything with his head. I just don't think I have time. Like, if I had a bit more time, I would possibly do a head swap to just, so I've got the Uruk face on there. But yeah, it's just, I'm a bit pinched for time. This is for a tournament this coming weekend. Oh, hey, here's another idea. I could take that guy's head, stick it on, because then I've got like a clear, then I've got like the on foot version and the mounted version. Yeah, except he hasn't got an axe. Okay, maybe, nah. Screw it. I think I'll just go the easy option. I just don't have the time. Alright, what else we got here? Give me more kill team. More. Yeah. Oh, get in there. Pity the foot model looks comical. Sorry, just had to go sort the boy out. So just be straight after my last comment. What did I miss? I see the arm has come off. Yes. Yes, it has. Ooh, love it. That looks Ace. Perfect action pose. Thanks, man. Taking Herod. Oh, nice. All right, and who are you teamed up with? Stu? Yeah. This is for doubles, right? All right, let's... Okay, is it time for some green stuff? Maybe. Or I'll just finish cleaning this guy off. Yeah, so I will be doing a video for the Battle Companies tournament. Funnily enough, so last year when I went to the same event, as I've mentioned before, it was my very first tournament. And I think I did like a 3-minute video of it. And it was kind of like, it was the first video that I'd done that had like a crazy spike of views. And the reason is I did the very cheesy thing and said, I think the title was, can a noob win a Warhammer tournament? Or something. So I just straight up called it Warhammer instead of MESBG, which was pretty cheesy, I admit. But hey, it got the clicks, and I got like 2,000 views really quickly, which I had never had at that stage. So I got quite excited. It did die off though. It didn't have the longevity. It had this peak and then didn't keep going. But yeah, I kind of just did like a summary thing, a little 3-minute, very short tournament video. So this time, I think I'll do a longer format one. The question is whether it will be in one video or, you know, maybe 2-part video. But hey, you guys know what I'm like with 2-part videos. Sometimes I just run out of steam and don't do the second day, like the last tournament. And speaking of tournaments, I still have a Wanganui doubles event from back in April. I've got all the footage for that I'm going to edit up and release at some point. So yeah, I've got a major backlog of videos to do, but that's all right. I'll have heaps of time. Not because my holiday's just finished. This is my last day of a 2-week holiday, and I'll be back to work tomorrow, and it's going to be busy. So I'm really hoping I can get a video out in the next 2 weeks, and then hopefully start upping production, because I've been a bit slow of late. Alright, I think I've cleaned that up enough, and so that can just... maybe I'll just trim that back a bit because it doesn't quite line up very well. Alright, what else is happening here? Saruman and the health and safety inspection, and now all the Argyros have to wear helmets. Clickbait. Yeah, it was absolutely clickbait, Wade, and I'm not proud. I'm not proud of it, but there we go. Yeah. It's really, it's a hard balance trying to get the eyes onto the videos versus, you know, being, I don't want to be totally disingenuous. I want it to be, you know, you want it to be accurate. I don't want to be one of those dudes who, oh, that matches perfectly. I'm not even going to need any green stuff. That's fantastic. All right, let's stick you on. Yeah, so trying to get the clicks while keeping things honest. Yeah, it's trying to get that balance, because some things just happen to get the clicks, and Warhammer is one of those key words that tends to get like YouTube pushes. It's all in the algorithm, you know. Well, that's what I've been starting to, you know, trying to work out. Is that lined up perfectly? Pretty much. Oh, lovely. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like it. Okay. That's that. Alright, righto. Pancakes are ready. Oh, nice. Pancakes. Alright, thanks for coming in, Wade. Thank you. He's one of my lovely patrons as well. I'll throw that one out there. I do have a Patreon account. The more the merrier. Join our lovely little community on Discord and see my work in progress and a few little extra bits and pieces here and there. Let's just tidy you up. Okay, it's time to... I probably should have left the X off. Whoops, if I didn't. Oh, that's... shit. Oh, let's get him off. Ah! That's fine. It's fine. I'll leave the X off for now. And fix... and... oops. Yep. Okay. So... just a blob of green stuff, I reckon, in there. Just to try and kind of blend it in. And then a blob of green stuff there. And there. Alright, let's get the green stuff then. Whew. This part always makes me nervous. I'm not particularly great at green stuff, so it's not one of my strengths. I mean, I dabble. I give it a good solid go. But yeah, alright. No pressure. I'm doing this in front of that original orc who is actually good at it. But that's fine. That's fine. Yes, the algorithm overlords like Warhammer for sure. There's a few other things that they tend to like as well, which I try and tap into with a variety of results. Rightio. Little bit of green stuff. Do I use green stuff or milliput? Gotta shoot too. Alright, catch you later, Josh. Oh, hey, before you go, are you going to go to GT? I didn't quite ask. I might see you there. Or just let me know on Patreon, that's all good. Yeah, thanks for joining, mate. We'll see you next time. Alright, I don't need much. Let's just get that. I should make the title of this, Can a Noob Green Stuff Warhammer? That'll get the clicks. Hello. Mrs. Haig has just joined the live stream. Just out of shot. Hello.
Did you check on the Ravenous Beast?
No, I didn't check on the Ravenous Beast. In fact, I haven't even mentioned that. Just for you who know that I have chickens. We have chickens. Well, one of our chickens was brutally murdered by a falcon yesterday. Which is a funny one because it's pretty cool to see a falcon, which is an endangered native species of New Zealand. But also kind of sad because it murdered one of our chickens. It just swooped down. I heard this great awful clucking going on. All this noise from up the back of the house. And we went running up and there's this falcon just calm as, just having a munch on one of my chickens. So, yeah, that happened. Alright, Joshy, to be confirmed on GT2, need to figure out an army and get painting. Yes, you do. I mean, you're doing Return of the King Legendary Legion, weren't you? So you're probably halfway there already, because you only need, 5 models to hit the 1,000? Maybe not quite. Might be a bit of an exaggeration. Alright, is that mixed up enough? Almost. Anyone else out there had issues with wild animals killing their pets? I mean, we don't have things like foxes or what are they in the States? Coyotes. We don't have that kind of stuff, but yeah, I mean, usually it's dogs that kill stuff around here. So to have an endangered native bird kill our chicken, yeah, that's, in a weird way, that's better. It's not ideal. I'd rather he didn't murder our chickens, and we're gonna have to work out some way to keep the thing out. But I would have been pissed off if it was a dog that did it. Then I would have been out for blood. You can't shoot falcons. That is very much against the law here, and I wouldn't want to shoot the falcon either. It's pretty cool bird. They're very, very cool birds. They're fearless. Just sat there, just looking at me like, yeah, and what? What are you gonna do about it? Didn't give a shit. Just sitting there looking at me as it devoured my pet. Anyway. My issue was with neighbours' pets killing the wild animals, cats. Yep, that is definitely an issue. We have major issues here in New Zealand with cats, killing the native wildlife. And it's tough though, because cats are such, like, they make great pets. Yeah. Black bears and cougars. Okay, so that's pretty badass. Pine marten. What the heck is a pine marten? What is that? What's a marten? Is that like, are they kind of like stoats? Killed almost chickens, yeah. My nan had CDs on string in her garden. Yeah, I did see that, because we Googled it, of course. We're like, what do you do if a falcon starts murdering your chickens? And one of the things was, yeah, having CDs. Something about the reflected light dazzles them or something. All right, let's see. Is this gonna work? Blah 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 blah. And then I can smooth it out. Yep. So what I'm going here, what am I? Blah, blah, blah. What I am going for here is something that's going to be simple. I don't want to spend. I've already spent a couple of hours on this, just cutting shaku off. Took about now, but yeah, because I don't have enough time really to go anything super intricate. What else have we got here? Not sure it counts, but our puppy has killed a few socks and slippers. Yeah, they do. They do that. It's not quite the same as animals. I hear falcons don't like jazz. Okay. You could hang eagles on album CDs. See what you did there. It's very good. Alright, I'm just making a mess of things here. I need to work quickly too. Where's my... Yeah, so the falcon, the big, well, actually, it's a small bird. It was crazy. It's probably about a third of the size of the chicken that it killed. But they're mean killers. They swoop down really fast and they just go straight for the jugular and just kill them. So yeah, again, cool to see. Cool to see a falcon. Less cool that it killed my chook. Yeah, my daughter Sienna was in tears, poor little thing. She wasn't impressed. I think she would have gone to get a shotgun to shoot the falcon, but you can't. You can't do that. Falcon, it's just in its nature. It's just doing its thing. It doesn't know. It's just like, hey, these guys look like nice meals. Alright, let's just quickly do some fur for real. Again, I am not much of a sculptor. It's a skill that I would like to get better at, but yeah, I just don't do it enough. But fur is fairly easy. Alright, what we got? Hang a Coldplay CD up. They will avoid the area like the plague and lose all respect for you at the same time. Okay. Not a fan. Not a fan of Coldplay, I guess, James. Fair enough. Just a few weeks ago, we had wolves inside the city. What? What city was this? Wolves. Shit. They're not the wolves of Isengard. Alright, prefer. And then I need a little blob. Okay, how am I going to do this, guys? So do I just chuck a blob in his hand? Let's just do that. I'll just chuck a blob in there. And then, do I add super glue now? Yeah, screw it. I don't want them coming off. Pretty sure I did say in the little promotion for this video to come and watch me mess up on a live stream. So that's what I'm endeavoring to do. It's as advertised. Okay. Oops. All right. Let's get rid of the excess. I don't need all that. Oh, here he is. Here he is. There we go. This most of my attempts are chuck a blob here and hope for the best. A man after my own heart. Alright. Just chuck in the blob and hope for the best. It's a good strategy, I reckon. I think you can waste too much time thinking about stuff. You know? Sometimes thinking just gets in the way. I do have issues with overthinking stuff on occasion. Or like, you know, getting really hung up on trying to make a decision, struggling with making the decisions. So sometimes it is best, yeah, just get stuck in. Just get stuck in. I mean, that's looking alright. Maybe a little bit more of a blob. What's your next video? That original orc? Because I don't know your actual name. It's a great name, by the way. That original orc, I love it. If anyone on here hasn't checked out his Instagram, check out that original orc on Instagram. He does some awesome conversions. Very cool stuff. And he's just started a YouTube channel where he goes into his process a bit more detail. And very well done too. Yeah. Very impressive. Yep, that looks good enough for me, I think. Okay, now let's just fix up his wee belt. See, the way I see it, I will make up for my shitty sculpting skills by doing some tricky painting to hide all the terrible imperfections. So another exciting thing about this Battle Companies tournament that I'm going to, I will be taking my my South Gondor board. So that will be that'll be cool because I haven't played any games on it yet. So it'll be nice for it to get some playtime. I think I've just screwed that up. Whoopsie. That's too big a blob. Let's just blend you in a bit. And that, of course, has the added bonus of I'll be able to feature the board in my next tournament. No, well, will it be my next? Yeah, in the tournament vlog, which should be fun. Alright. Alright, now I need to add some chains because that's the whole deal, isn't it? So the chains could possibly be used to hide some of the dodgy sculpting as well. Alright, so he's on there like that. Then, oh, what do we got here? Thanks a lot, man. Currently finishing up my Morannon Orcs. Next vid might be Gothmog. Haven't decided yet. Oh, nice. Got to paint him up first. Cool. Wild wolves. Germany is trying to repopulate the wolf again to control the deer population. Just for me to get the next biggest city. 3 confirmed packs. Damn. Far out. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You go, but also kind of a little bit scary as well. To have wargs, like actual wargs, coming into a city. We don't have many issues with wolves here in New Zealand. We've got some pretty angry sheep. Sometimes got to watch out for them. There are carnivorous eels that kind of hang out in some of the waterways. Honestly, they don't actually do anything. Gets rid of those backpackers. And yeah, and killer falcons as well, who like to kill chickens. It's actually really cool to see the falcon. I've seen like maybe 2 falcons flying in the wild. We went to a falcon sanctuary because my son. So the falcon, the native New Zealand falcon, is my son's favorite animal, and so for his birthday we went. There's a local place called Wingspan, and they rescue, they look after falcons, and there's a local population of them that they look after. All right, let's just get that in there. And yeah, so you got to watch them, like how they train them up if they've been injured or whatever. Then they do different exercises with them to try and get their flying wings back, like their fitness back. And one of the things that they did is they had a drone that they had made to look like a magpie, which is a black and white bird around here, and they had a little package of meat on it, and the falcon swoops in and takes it down like in mid-flight. That's what they're designed to do, is they attack birds on the wing. So they're like really fast. So this is the thing with killing our chicken. The chicken certainly wasn't on the wing. The chicken's just chilling out in the chicken pen. And yeah, this falcon, apparently, they generally just do it when they're hungry. So if there hasn't been much food, maybe they're a young falcon, it's still kind of learning how to hunt for themselves. They're the ones who are the usual culprits. So yeah, the chicken was just chilling out, sunbathing. I think there's the area where it was killed. It's quite dusty, and they like to go in there and just kind of ruffle their feathers and lie in the sun. And so it was just chilling out, and this falcon just swooped down and just killed it. So again, sad, but kind of cool at the same time. It's very complicated emotions. Alright, what else we got? Get rid of, yeah. Alright, I think I'm just about done. Just fixing up these legs. A little bit of blob on there to blend that one in. And then she is good to go. So anyone else out there like playing battle companies? And if so, what's your favourite faction to run? And have you done any funky conversions? I mean, I was having a look through the gear list. There's a few different, like I did the manacles last time for my whole Jailers of Lugburs thing. But there's all sorts of other gear options and stuff that you can add, like maps and Limbus bread. I mean, orcs don't typically enjoy Limbus bread, but and poisoned. Oh, whoops! If I bucketed that up. Add another blob in there. Damn. Just stay on there, buddy. Yeah, so I was thinking it'd be cool to. Yeah, I just don't have the time, but would have liked to maybe add some extra fun little gear options, just cause. Not because they're particularly good in the game, but just because it's fun. Rule of cool and all that. Oh, going the wrong direction for the fur. Alright, what do you got there? My aunt has a sheep farm. She had a falcon attempt to scarper with a whole lamb. Holy shit. That is... Sheesh, that's pretty tough. Whereabouts in the world are you? 'Cause I don't think our little falcons would do that. They like eating birds. Of course, this is New Zealand, so originally there weren't really any mammals on the island. It was all birds and reptiles. Which is why we don't have things like, or we don't have native things like stoats and whatnot. Unfortunately, all those things have been introduced, and they murder all our local bird life. Unfortunately, I saw a little ferret or stoat run across the road when I was driving back up from the south a couple of days ago. Actually, I didn't manage to hit it. Unfortunately, would have liked to have taken it out. Falcons are so cool. Yes, they are. Got some here in my near distance. You can watch them hunting. Hamburg Airport is using them to hunt birds that are trying to nest around the airport. Yeah, they are very cool. I just love the way that this thing looked at me. It's got these great big eyes. And, you know, they've got that good old bird of prey, fierce look. Yeah, it's just like birds of prey know they're cool. Okay, now let's do this without wrecking everything else. I mean, it's just a stupid little wag leg, isn't it? And then I'll get him on a base, and then I'll call him done. Oh, get a bit of blob of green stuff. let's just fix them up. Alright. Maybe a little bit more green stuff just to blend it in a bit more. Is that even showing on screen? Sorry. We're really bad with... One day I'm going to get a proper streaming camera instead of my dodgy little setup. I've just got my phone connected up to my laptop. I mean, it does the trick. It'd be nice to be able to actually get some like better angles and stuff. Alright, let's get you on there. Oh. So what are you working on at the moment, Peter? Are there many tournament, like what's the tournament scene like in Germany? Almost there. Alright. Alright, I think it's just about coffee time. Otherwise I'm going to cease to function. Okay, and that is him done. I'll just add the axe. Should probably pin it, but alright. There we go. I'm pretty happy with how he's turned out, actually. That's pretty cool. So I just need to chuck him on a base. Do something. Do I put him on a rock? Should I put him on a rock? Pretty happy with that. Maybe I could I have him like running down a rock or something? Would that look goofy? Or running up a rock? What do you reckon, folks? Should I do a cool scenic base? I feel like I know what the answer's going to be. Why wouldn't you do a cool scenic base? Well, why? I just don't have much time. And this guy's already taken me long enough. It shouldn't take me too long to paint him up, though, to be fair. And the Morgul Knights, I just need to do a couple. I mean, the chance of me getting 2 Morgul Knights, pretty slim. But yeah, if I've got 2, there's no way I'm going to get 3. So what we got? T for MESBG tournaments for fairly big. Cool. Friend of mine told me there would be one in Hamburg with up to 1,000 players. Surely not. That's crazy. Maybe trolling. Cannot confirm it. I did find some tournaments with up to 250 players. Whoa. Tactical Rock. Yeah, alright. Let's have a look. What have I got? I've got some bits of slate hiding around somewhere. Of course, the trouble with the tactical rock is it means it's harder to hide them behind stuff. Just a great big slab of a rock. Nah. What else have I got? Could like maybe go. Quite like the idea of it kind of angled up slightly, and I could just shove in some milliput or something just to blend it in and have this kind of just shoving out the side. And then there's the issue of actually attaching him, because he doesn't have a huge contact point. It's just one pore. So that's a particular issue. Cool scenic base, yeah. Yep. Right, maybe I could use some bark or something. Or I could do, like, again, if I use a bit of slate and then a bit of milliput, and that's actually what forms the contact point, maybe. Yeah, okay. And then, meanwhile, I've got all this green stuff that I need to use. I did definitely use way too much. Okay, hold up. Let's see. I think I've got some more slate somewhere else for some different options. Okay, I'm going to disappear for a second, because one thing, I need to go toilet. Busting. And I need to find some more bits of slate. And then I'll be back and we'll see who's here. Right, slate. Okay, I've got a few chunks of slate. This one's really skinny. It's a bit too skinny. That one's a bit too chunky. It's hard to find the perfect piece. That one's got lots of interesting stuff going on. Quite like that. Then maybe I could just use a whole lot of milliput and green stuff just to kind of blend it in and have them running up. Maybe. That would look quite cool. Okay, so that's one option. So that one's potentially a keeper. That one's also quite interesting. It's got this annoying bit here, I might have to smack that off. Okay, that's potentially a keeper. Don't like that one. That one's much smaller. Let's just break that bit off. Actually, that one could That's probably the one. That's probably the one. Alright. That way, it's fairly subtle, and I can blend. Yeah, I think this is the go. Alright, cool. So, need some milliput. I'll blend it in with this green stuff to make the most of it. Alright. Actually, I needed to fill in my little weapon servitor dude, so why don't I use it for that? Just while we're here. Alright, so this is a little bit of a throwback to an earlier discussion, and that was regarding where has it even gone? It's all a bit of a mess over here. I've got like a jumbled up mixture of the ashes. Oh, here it is. The Ashes of Faith kill team set that I've assembled, and the Leviathan set that I've almost finished assembling. It's funny, I do these things, I get suckered into the whole FOMO, and I'm like, I need to have those plastic toys, and then remember, oh shit, I've got so many minis to paint. Like, am I ever going to finish painting all of this stuff? That is the question. But I don't know, I've got the philosophy, I reckon if I ever finish painting all my models, then I will die. So I've got to make sure that I always have plenty of models ready to go. Keep me operating. That makes zero sense, and it's absolutely ridiculous, I know. But I know I'm also not the only one who gets suckered into this stuff. I'm not the only fool of a took. Alright, that maybe I... Which side? That one won't fit, will it? Let's have a look. Oh, maybe it will. Will it? Don't think so. Okay, I've gotten well distracted now. I don't have time for this. The whole point was I wanted to use the green stuff. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just having a slight mental breakdown on a live stream. That's fine. Chuck you in there. Bit of super glue just to... Oh god, what have I done? Oops. Alright, let's just quickly do this, then I might have to sign off because I think I'm suffering from caffeine withdrawals, plus I need to have my breakfast. So let's just quickly throw a magnet in there. I'm making an absolute mess of this. Toothpick would be handy right now. Or a matchstick. Here's a matchstick. Alright. Alright, man. Hey, thanks for joining. See you later. I'm looking forward to seeing your next crazy conversion. Alright, squeeze you in there and hope like hell it stays there. Alright, that's enough crazy kill team distraction. Let's jump over to the main business, which is sticking the scenic base on. So let's just probably a hot glue gun. It's probably the best option here. Actually, super glue won't do it. What time is it in Germany, Peter? Must be pretty late there too. Milliput, where are you? There it is. Same problem here. I do have the starter box for MESBG, Fellowship and Shire models. 8,000 points of Death Guard, 4,000 points of Demons. Plastic crack is real. It surely is. Well, it's funny with me getting the Leviathan box because I don't even play 40k. It's mental. I mean, I like the idea of playing it. I like the idea of playing it. It's just not very fun. Yeah, it's just not very fun. No, I don't know. My experience with it, it's just so many damn rules and the different factions and stuff. I can't keep up with it all. And I end up spending hours just trying to look back at different codexes and stuff. And then, of course, you get the whole, you know, by the time I get around to having a go at playing a game, the codexes have all changed. And then I'm back to square one again. And then it's like, oh, you know, just fork out another whole lot of money for the latest codex that you're probably never going to use. So it's all a bit tricky, really. But then I love the minis. That's the thing for me. I do love painting the minis. The minis are amazing. The lore's great. So I love all that aspect of it. Just, yeah, MESBG is just far more accessible. 1 o'clock. Bloomin' heck. You're doing well to be still hanging in there. What is it, 1 o'clock on a Saturday? It'll be Saturday there for you, right? So at least you can have a bit of a sleep in tomorrow, I suppose. Which is why I did it at this time, because for me, of course, it's Sunday. And if I was to aim for your Sunday morning, then that's a late Sunday for me before going back to work and stuff like that, so just a bit tricky. Okay, Milliput. Oh, well, who else is out there? Anyone? Any Kiwis? You know, just drop a comment, say hello, so I'm not just talking to the void. Alright, let's slice up some Milliput, get going. Oh, hello. Had someone come to visit. Who's that? Alright, might have to... Ah, it's Katie. My daughter's little friend. Hello! Yeah, good. I'm just in the middle of a video call at the moment, just doing a thing. Yeah, but Wendy's just inside. Hey, Katie. Kiwi should see you at the tournament. Oh, cool. So I can't remember, Damon, whether you whether you mentioned what. Have we talked about factions and stuff? Don't know. Hey, what faction will you be taking at the tourney? Tourney? Tourney. Tourney? Tourney. It's true, rules were changing in 9th edition so unbelievably fast. DG changed from good to very good. What's DG? Oh, Death Guard, right. To good within a year, didn't play one game. Yes, Saturday now, Sunday for me. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, well, when we were in, when was it? Not last year, but the year before. So 2022, we had a big lockdown, as you know, lots of places in the world did. And well, actually, anyway, we had a big lockdown, and I actually played a few games of 40k. I had my orcs, just like little ones. What's is it 400 points or something? Or maybe it's 800 points. Whatever the smallest one is. What did I say? Yeah, so I just played a few games, little games with orcs and Beast Marines, just against my family. So my son, I managed to get him playing a game. I even managed to get Wendy, my wife, playing a game, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I mean, I was playing with very limited models. We didn't use any stratagems or anything. It was all just, the command points. We didn't even bother with the command points. This isn't mixing very well. I think I've been distracted and I've used too much water. Bloody hell. Try and make it stop. Warg Riders. Cool. So what's that? In terms of the battle companies, is that the Hunter Orcs? Or is there... Oh no, there is a Warg Riders faction, isn't there? Is there? Yeah. Cool. Okay. Nice. So how many do you get to start off with? Whereabouts in the country are you from, Damon? Are you a Hamiltonian? Or a bit further off? Mess. Yeah, it's funny with the rules thing with 40k because it wasn't the whole premise with 10th. They keep talking about how they're getting rid of the bloat and make it easier and stuff. And then I was reading through the rules and I'm like, man, I still don't understand. I still like, what the heck? Maybe I'm just a bit simple. Alright, let's just mash this blob of milliput on here. Probably gone way too much actually. I mean, doing a scenic base like this has the added benefit of adding some weight to the base, because of course with a metal mini they're always so top heavy, so I always find it's quite handy having a bit of heft to the base, just to so it's not so you balance out that weight a bit better. Alright, let's just blend you in a little bit. So yeah, it's funny, I did two Battle Company's battle reports way back when I first started the channel, and haven't kind of gone back to it. But then I decided I wanted to start a map-based campaign and have a series of battle reports with a couple of friends of mine here. And we did I think we've done maybe 4 games that I've recorded, and so I've got the footage. But on one of the games I had my GoPro set up on the dice tray, and somehow I managed to not press record, so I missed all of the dice rolls, which is unbelievably stupid and annoying. There we go. But yeah, I haven't got around to even looking at the footage for those games and how I'm gonna make it work. It's definitely something that I would still like to do. Again, it's just it's time, you know. I do still work full time. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, so I don't have that luxury. And the editing process, particularly with battle reports, it's pretty, find them, it's pretty time consuming. You start with 5, 3 riders and 2 wild wags coming down from Auckland. It is, yes, it's definitely down. Well, of course it's all relative. It's south. It's definitely south of Auckland, so you're right. Nice. So have I met you before at a tournament, Damon? I don't remember. Apologies if I have met you before and I'm just being an a-hole who forgets. Wag riders would be pretty cool. The fact that you're starting already with dudes on mounts is a pretty big advantage. Of course, you'll have to watch out for my awesome orc archers. So the next question, of course, is do I need to add some more names potentially. So of course my battle company was all themed around prisons. So I had Shank and what else did I have? The infamous Soap on a Rope. Traz, like Alcatraz, Gulag, Berg. So these are all the names of my orcs, but are there any other famous, is there like a famous German prison? Yeah. Gotta be careful. Where am I going with this? But yeah, any like interesting prison names or like words for that mean prison, different languages or something that I might be able to turn into an orc name, so keep everything thematic. Recruit some of your kids to do your videos. I know what I should do is I should start a new course at the school and call it, I don't know, like content creation or something, and then they can learn how to edit by editing all my stuff. Maybe frowned upon, to be honest, and maybe seen as a bit exploitative, but I like your thinking. Yeah. Yes, James, thank you. I realised I kind of walked myself into a hole with that one. Name them after your patrons. Yes, I should. Yep, I will. No one else does that, eh? I should assign all my patrons to certain models and then talk about how well they do and like publicly shame or publicly praise you, because no one else does that. Yeah, actually, I mean, I could. That'd be cool. I'll have Cammy the orc tracker. No, actually, I'll let you. Who do you want to? Have you got a prison name? Have you ever been to prison? What was your prison bitch name? Sorry, that's really offensive. I apologise. Again, hopefully no students are watching this. I can't imagine they would. Or more importantly, hopefully my boss isn't watching this. No good YouTubers do that. Ooh, shots fired. I always found him to be quite angelic, actually. Certain YouTuber who may be named. Alright, Damon, I haven't met you yet. Okay, cool. Alright, well, get to... So, what... Pretty much new to actually playing side of MESBG. Awesome, man. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the fam. Oh, it'll be good to meet you. It's very much like me. This is, I just got back into the game. Long time hobbyist. Hardly any games. But yeah, so I just got into it last year and never looked back, you know. It's alright, Cammy. I might not even get an orc tracker. Maybe I'll get, you know, maybe, just maybe, the mounted Black Guard of Barad-dûr that I hopefully will get, because that would be super awesome and would make all this converting worthwhile. And maybe I could call him Cammy. Anyway, I still need to hear this prison name of yours. Okay, cool. I think that'll do. And now if I just press that little peg... Oh, have I actually given it enough? Probably haven't. Press it in there. I'll just mash a little bit more. Yeah, I do. I'm not going to call one of my orcs Auschwitz. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But yeah, I feel like that's probably a bit much. Maybe I could call one Mount Eden. Name your minis after students and let them earn extra credits for scoring wounds. Nice. I like it. Alright. Surely that's enough of a blob. I really want there to be firm, like lots of contact. So that he's nice and firm when I actually attach him. Alright. I think that'll do. I'll just smooth that out. And then I'll just wait for it to set. And then I'll be able to start painting. And I think I may just have to call it there, lads. So hey, if you're not on my Facebook group, then check that out, because I'll be posting the finished the painted version of him on there, either that or on Instagram. Holy shit. Is that an actual word, Peter? Or is that just you mashing the keyboard? No, I'll take your word for it. I believe you. James, I don't have a prison name, having never been to prison, luckily. Wouldn't do well in prison. I'm too pretty. You are, James. You are. Well, Soap on a Rope was made for you, buddy. Soap on a Rope in the last Battle Companies tournament did really well. Like, for an Orc Archer, he killed multiple dudes. Like, he actually did really well. So I'm hoping he can pull off some of the same luck. Jake, Tower of London, but that's quite a long name. Tower of London, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't quite sound orky enough, does it? Okay, cool. I've got my scenic base ready to go, and it's got a bit of weight to it. So I'm happy with that. I've got my Urukai on a wag ready to go. So again, I just need to wait for a little bit longer for that green stuff to set, and then I'll prime them and paint them up. And just need to paint up my Morgul Knights with a couple of weapons options. And then I think I'm ready to go. I don't think I've got enough time. Oh, I was going to add chains. He hasn't got any chains. Where should I add the chains? Should I, like, maybe the axe has a chain attached to him, like wrapped around his arm? Or maybe like a chain belt holding him onto the wag or something? Here I was supposed to be going and having some breakfast. Alright, what do you reckon? Last thing, I don't know if I'm going to do it here, because if you've seen my other video, I struggled with these, but maybe the chain coming down like that, or I mean, I could actually mash it into that green stuff, and it's kind of like an extra rein around the, it's got a chain around the neck. That'd probably make the most sense, actually. It'd also help hide my dodgy green stuff. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'll throw a chain around him, and then call it done. Okay, so let's just clip that off. What about a chain collar and lead dragging along the ground behind them? Well, I've already gone and cut the chain, James. Look, I mean, sure, I've got plenty more, but I think I'll just go this one. Fairly simple. So where's my little tool? Let's just mash you into the green stuff there. Oh, watch me struggle with this again. Bit of super glue. Oh shit. Oh god. Okay, it's fine. Oh, far out. Why did I decide to do this again? Ridiculous. You could put a post on the end as though he was tied up and pulled the stake free. I like that. That's the kind of thing I'd do for a wild wag, I reckon. If the wag was by himself, that would be cool. But it doesn't make sense. These guys are buddies. You know? This is good old Cammy the wag riding Urukai. Why did I decide to do this again? And why is my bloody sculpting tool magnetic? Okay, got it. Alright, add a bit of super glue at the bottom here. Get you around across there. Alright, and then precise. No, real world, it's a bill. It's about marking cow's meat and monitoring something. In German, you can smash words together and they make sense. Okay, nice. Nice. That's a mental, huge word. Alright, and clip. Oh gosh, okay, where's it gone? There. Got it. Alright. Is this meant to be magnetic? Alright, mash you into the green stuff there. Don't cut it too long. Does anyone know, are these sculpting tools meant to be magnetic? Because it's kind of spoiling my day, to be honest. It's just making it really hard to work. Oh, here's my toothpick thing. Alright, let's just mash you into the green stuff. That hasn't quite set. With a bit of super glue just to keep things honest. Just a bit of super glue, various points on the chain, otherwise it wiggles around when it's painting it, which is really annoying. And okay, now it's done. Alright, he's got a chain. He's a badass Uruk warrior wielding a two-handed axe, riding on a wag. He's going to be scampering up over a little rocky outcrop on a scenic base with lots of grass tufts. And he's going to be a perfect little centerpiece that I may never actually get to use. With my army, here's the rest of the guys kind of partially. Let's just try and zoom in. Alright, we've got... Can't remember what I called them. Oh, the light is really bad here. Sorry, hang on, let's change this around. Oh, no, that's quite bright now. Alright, so we got... Let's see. Yeah, we... Oh. Why isn't that focusing? See what I mean about needing a better camera? Okay, so we've got Traz with his manacles, and he's gone out of focus again. There he is. He's got his manacles magnetised to his chain. That's what I did last year. We've got some dudes who have scavenged some Minas Tirith, Warriors of Minas Tirith armour. We've got Kemi Claw, the orc tracker, who's a goblin slave who's got a chain attached to him. Or is it this one? I quite like this one. He's kind of got a chain attached to his collar. It's very S&M. We've got this dude with the scavenged Minas Tirith shield. We've got all the chains happening. We've got this guy, I'm not sure what he is, just a freaky, brutish looking Mordor Uruk-hai, I suppose. We've got, if you name the Uruk after me, can the wag that I'm riding be called J-Mac? Yes, absolutely. I love that. That's great. We've got this dude. Where's Soap on a Rope? He's my fave. Where is he? Here he is. Soap on a Rope. He's ready to do the business. He's got his chain, he's got his bow and everything. This crazy whack job. Can't remember whether I call him. I think I called him Shawshank. He's got a big scythe thing. But this guy is probably my favorite. Berg. In the last tournament, so Berg's, the conversion here was Grishnak, the old metal Grishnak's head attached to the fat orc, you know, the beak helmet, this guy. His body, which I increased with a bit of green stuff because I wanted to make him look extra fat. And then a Minister of Shield with the Warrior's Minister as the head, the chains all wrapped around the spear, and a green stuff cloak. And I also made a mounted version for him. There he is. So the cool thing with him, he did really well in the last tournament, and he ended up being called Berg the Blessed because he got the blessing of the Valar roll, a 6 on his wound roll, which meant he got an extra fate point, which was pretty cool. Okay, so back to the chat before I sign off. You could post. What have we got? You could put a. Oh, got there. It's actually soon. Yeah. It's, hey, I'm back looking for some advice. I've fallen in love with Rohan, the lore, the minis, you name it. Any tips for playing Rohan at around 600 points? Having trouble with the low model count. Yeah, well, it depends on what you're running, I suppose, because you've got, you got your different options, whether you go the Rohan Royal Guard and all that. What have you got? Have you got like the basic riders? Because basic riders they're great, but as soon as you lose fights, they die so quickly, and because they have a low fight value, they do lose fights often. When I did the doubles tournament, it was a 1,000-point doubles tournament, and I ran Aemir, the riders of Aemir, and they just died all the time. Like the riders of Rohan, they certainly didn't have any longevity. I mean, it looks really cool, and they certainly have the maneuverability. And then you have the archery, so shooting. That's pretty good. You know, you can have a lot of bows. Any tips? I don't know. I just play around with it. What heroes have you got? Aemir, Theoden, Hammer, Gamling. You got all those guys, and all the other ones like Alfhelm and Eowyn. Oh, was it Daewine? Durnhelm or Eowyn? Yeah, Rohan is cool. It is very cool. It's certainly impressive. They look really impressive on the tabletop with all the cav. It's very cool. Yeah, basically just like just kite the enemy around the map. Yeah, that's right. Just stay out of range, and then look for opportunities to get the charge. So when you do that, on the charge, of course, they pack a punch. But you've got to win those fights. I did with the Riders of Aemir, we had lined it up, and I thought we had there's a special rule you do look to the sun, which is with Gandalf, and so it means that, what does it mean? Oh, I can't remember. It does something cool. It means that you're a bit more killy, I think. Anyway, it launched the massive charge into a bunch of Morannons and stuff, and lost every single fight. I swear to God. And then because it lost fights, then you got Morannons up against D4 horses and D5 riders. They just die really quickly. Anyway, it's rough. But yeah, I'd just recommend playing around with it. And the cool thing about Rohan is they're really flexible. You can add lots of stuff to it. You know, eventually get Royal Guard, and yeah, you've just got lots of options. All right, guys, this has been 2 hour mark, so I'm going to sign off so I can have another coffee and have breakfast, and eventually start painting this guy up again. I'll throw it out there. I do have a Patreon, so it'd be lovely to have some more patrons join the community. Thank you especially to those guys who have come in. Thank you to everyone who showed up. I've got a Facebook group as well. If you're not part of that, then look it up. 3D Games, Wargaming and Terrain Community, I think I called it. No, what is it? It's probably good to actually know the name of my own group. What is it? 3D Games, Wargaming Community. Yeah, so if you search that up, plus you'll see me post stuff every now and then in the various MESBG chat groups and stuff, Facebook groups. I've also got an Instagram, which is @DiceDrinksAndDadJokes. So yeah, it'd be great to see these various places, and that's where I'll end up posting the finished mini, all painted up, ready for next weekend. And just eventually I'll do a tournament vlog for next weekend as well, along with some other videos. So just watch this space. Thanks again for joining. Cool. Thanks, guys. See you later. How do I stop this? Stop streaming.